We have our HSN card. It's really a great way for you to get in on some extra benefits. If you would like one, call us or go to hsn.com, and when you're approved, you can take $10 off of the very first purchase that you make when you use that HSN card. We were just talking about the Mint State 69 of the secret set for the Silver Eagles. Now we've got the 70s, and this is exactly what Mike was saying. $7.99. Wait, and that's a price break.
It's a price break.
These should be $1,000.
Right. I've never sold this for less than $1,000.
Oh my gosh.
And it's hugely popular.
Yeah.
Once again, it's the same story. So the United States government, okay, secretly made these American Silver Eagles, in 2015, 16, and 17. Now, here's the interesting part. I have no idea why the United States Mint wanted to keep this secret. Keep it from the American public, okay? I'm having a hard time putting that box back together. That's okay, because that's just, this is how they come. The United States government does not sell these coins directly to the public. They only sell them through special distributions, a distribution network of about 13, what do they call, authorized purchasers, APs. 500 coins in a box. They have a big strap on them, okay? And the strap, when they did special San Francisco Minted Eagles from 2011, 12, 13, there was a strap that was yellow. It said San Francisco. When they made these coins, the 2015, 16s, and 17s, they didn't identify the strap. But the graders knew there was something different. So that's why an intrepid numismatic journalist, and I too did not know they existed, I think apparently there's one, asked the government, Freedom of Information Act, have you been making American Silver Eagles at, by the way, Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, West Point? And they have to say yes. I mean, it's public knowledge. They said yes. And here is also a list of the serial numbers of those boxes. Now, here's the problem. This letter is dated March 20th, 2017. These coins were made in 2016.
Yeah.
If any of those boxes, because they were not identifiable and nobody knew that they existed, if that box, the strap was cut, those coins no longer existed. So I know the mintage of these coins, of about 1 million each coin, the vast majority of those were, as soon as that strap is cut, those coins are gone. So what happens is you had to send the box with the strap and the right serial number to the grading company. And then once you got inside, you couldn't just take, add a serial number here. There's a ticker tape inside, although not always. And so if there wasn't a ticker tape, too bad. Doesn't matter that the serial number matched out here. So now you have all the boxes that were open, all the boxes the government forgot to put the ticker tape in. So by the time you're looking at, instead of 1 million coins, you're looking at more like 50,000 coins.
Oh my goodness.
So now you're looking at a coin that's as rare as, let's say, the 1995 W, which in this condition is $30,000. Now the West Point minted coin that you see right there, the W minted coin, this coin right here, I mean, we sold a fair number of those coins at $100, okay? And you can see how it looks different. See how I can tell you where the graders, see how this coin is a little more matte finish, those are a little shinier. That's how they knew something was going on. That's why the question was asked. Okay. So we've got this at $200 off. Like I said, I don't think you can find this coin, the P minted coin, because there's only basically 3 minted P coins at the Philadelphia Mint in the history of the United States Mint. 2015, which in 70, I think we are $5,000. I think I have some on hsn.com. $5,000. I have this coin. Like I said, I don't think you can find anywhere else just this coin for $7.99, let alone the S minted coin. And then, of course, you've got the West Point minted coin. Going to come in the red oak presentation box that you see right here, is befitting a set of this standard. $200 off. This is okay. Yeah. So we have this now. I showed you the Mint State 69s first. I'm going to give you another quick look at those, I think, just kind of a still. Right. So you can get this same set, this secret Silver Eagle, just 1 grade lower, but at $199.